Well, good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you may be. It's your old Grandpa Coyote coming to you once again here from Crestone, Colorado, up here in the Rocky Mountain High, 9,000 foot elevation, and baby, it's rockin' and a rolling up here today. You know, beautiful little bit of fresh snow on the ground this morning. Sun's is shining so bright out there despite the haze that you think it's going to be another one of those really nice and warm days, baby, because here it comes on the run. Yeah, I tell you. I'm just checking my signal here, see if we got it going, and make sure we do. Well, look at that. There it is. There's old Grandpa coming to you live. I got to check it on my other machine, but I don't stream it at the same time because it overloads my circuits here. We've only got so much. Just like human beings, sometimes we get a little overloaded with the joyous side of life, let alone the heaviness. You know, sometimes it's more than we can take, and we just have to go get ourselves isolated and assimilate the energies we've been receiving. Man, if you don't, you go over the edge. And it takes a bit for you to come back. That's happening in a lot shorter circuit nowadays because we're like in a whole different state of being now. Believe it or not, we're already to the place where things process rapidly. And what used to take years or days or even minutes to do now can be done in a few seconds flat. You know, that's just the nature of the thing. What I call the blue-green wave that's coming in. It's all glittery, babies, and it's got gold in it too. But, you know, along with the second sun, which is in truth another sun, S-U-N, as in the sky, two of them coming soon. I mean, these are just some of the physical manifestations we'll see. The blue-green wave and the second sun already are here. They're already in motion. That's why we're ascending so rapidly. I mean, you know, and you can expect some huge changes on a planetary scale in the next few weeks, next few days even. It's just happening all around us and primarily inside of us. Because the thing it is a very, very personal experience, you know? A very personal one. Now, if you guys want to talk about this, if you want to ask me any questions, there's comments right beside the screen here or below it as the case may be. Type it in there, I'll get it, and I'll respond to you on the air if you want me to answer any of your questions. But let's go on here where we're talking about. And by the way, before we get too personal here, talk about being real personal, you don't want to miss the Rock and Roll Coyote Medicine Show on at midnight, just about every night of the week except Friday, on the HeyZ Radio Network. That's HeyZradio.com, and you'll find me there at midnight Eastern Time. I think that works out to 7 a.m. on Greenwich Mean Time, and you can figure from there. But babies, it's a work of art, this Rock and Roll Medicine Show. I call it the Coyote Medicine Show, so you can look it up, you can Google it, whatever, you'll find it. And like I say, we're on for like 5 hours every night of the week except Friday. And like Thursday night, I had an extra hour, so I stayed on for 7 hours. It was awesome, building all night long. Just the love. Yeah, one of my friends sent me a picture of hugging the Mother Earth. That's exactly what we did that evening. Mother's love, we just, babies, rock and roll can soothe your soul in more ways than one. And old Grandpa knows how to put this stuff together so that it kind of aids and abets in your cosmic awakening. Don't fear the cosmic, dears, because it's like right here inside of you. It's that personal thing. It's that pleasure. It's that inner knowing. It's that little bit of joy, that little bit of peace that you have inside right now. And if you reach down in there, you go into that communicative way, and you reach down in there and just nurture that peaceful, loving, exotic, sensuous feeling. And baby, it is sensuous. It's coming through us in some of the most unusual ways. But you got to understand and remember that quite often in this world, stumble over my words a bit here, it's the opposite of what it appears to be. So now our sensuous side has been, severely cramped, would you say, by certain attitudes that have prevailed here for a few centuries. I mean, it wasn't that long ago we wouldn't even let females talk. I mean, that's stupid. I mean, dumb. We've denied our own existence. We've tried to make the thing that would bring us out of our abject dizziness, our lost state, our unawareness, which is the sensuous. We've made that into something naughty, made it into something not nice. Yet, when you're there experiencing it, it's the nicest thing on earth. It's the most beautiful state of being there can possibly be. And everybody, at one point or another, gets caught up in that little trance. Goes to that place where they're just completely gone. They're completely in the sensuous. Feeling. Knowing, loving. It's a beautiful place. People, that's not really a trance. That's our natural state of being. When you get to that place, with the lover, by yourself, however it works, when you get to that place where you are experiencing that sensuous, and the attitude just takes over. The love drives you. You're doing things you never thought of doing 2 minutes ago, let alone 30 years ago, I mean, it comes forward in you. It's a natural thing. It's a natural way. And yeah, there might be an immediate pounding of guilt. For some people there is, because you've been so hammered by the powers that be, mind control, brainwashing, been going on for centuries, man. It ain't something we just invented in the 20th or the 21st century. No way. It's something been around for a long time. So a lot of us have our programming kicks in and stops it. But for a moment, and perhaps for a long moment, thank God, you get there. You're in that place where all is peaceful enjoyment. And there's a natural bliss arises. But notice, it's soft, it's subtle, it's sweet. Everybody expects great big slamming impacts from the spirit, And that happens sometimes too. But real bliss is something based on peace. Real bliss is something we bring forward by being physical with one another, by practicing the sensuous, and letting come forward in those moments what will. And babies, you're in for some surprises, because what's been going on for centuries and been disguised as love is a piece of shit. It's worn out, it's old, and all it does is lead that nasty word, fugging and fighting. That's it. And fugging is not indulgent in the spiritual, sensuous side of yourself. That's a completely different state of being. That's the other side of the mind control. They've taught you to focus. And when I say they, I'm talking about our controllers, the invaders, which really aren't our controllers, but we let them get away with it because we love them so much. So it makes us stupid, and it throws us off in places where we should never go. And it makes the most sacred things the most unnatural. It makes us hurt for doing it. That's what fugging is, It's the opposite of love. Think about that. Your heart goes where your focus is. So even there, you can bring out the purity. And in the state of now, with the blue-green wave, etc., coming into being, you're not going to be able to do that nasty old fugging anymore. Now, you're coming into the realms of making love, whether you like it or not. And that's what we'll be talking about tonight on the Coyote Medicine Show on the Hazy Radio Network. Look it up, babies. Google it. It's there for you. In the middle of the night. Old Grandpa Coyote helping you get it right. Because inside of me is ultimate truth. The same as it is in you. And we might as well play. Rock and roll it out today, tonight. So we can live it tomorrow in the daylight, the great daylight. That's the whole idea, kids. And that's what I'm here telling you on this live presentation today. Time to wake the fuck up. And stop messing around with the old guilts and shames and the fears that are based on that, notice that everything, even your anger, is based on a pain inside, a very deep one. And I'm here telling you, we can cure this. Humanity has worn this quote burden. We have no burdens, but we take it as one. We have worn this one for a few centuries now. Many long centuries have we worn this one. And it's all about abusing the mother energy, the divine feminine as you would call it. It's all about putting that asunder. Because something happened to certain beings sometime a long time ago, and they began to bear a grudge. But the grudge, again, is based on pain. And the pain we're feeling now, all of us in humanity, because everybody carries a specter of it, is that very pain. Somehow, somewhere, someone felt rejected by the mother and sought vengeance for it. How retarded is that? Yet our whole existence of now, up to now, has been based on that very premise. Mama, you hurt me. I'm not going to take care of you anymore. Oh, we're such frail and fragile beings, babies. But so full of love and so filled with the spirit heart that we can forgive anything. And we have already, you know. Even the stuff, the shit I'm talking about right now. We let it go. Because the minute you step into that sensuous, the minute you start to feel inside of yourself and truthfully open to that feeling, you've just become a spiritual being. See, it's all grounded in the organic. That is where it begins. That's where we create from, and that's what we're doing here on the face of this old Mother Earth. Learning our creative aspects, man. And you notice how your thoughts and thinking affect things around you? That if you're bearing a tiny little grudge, you're feeling some form of irritation, it affects others, and they respond, even though you haven't said a word. That's the power of our own thinking, man. And again, the way out of that, back into that communicative state, get more real inside of yourself. See the darker aspects, you know, see what's going on there. And then you can disempower it. You can let it go. You don't have to be that. It doesn't make you feel good anyway. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Oh, baby, okay. We are rocking. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, we are rocking. Rocking, rocking, rocking. I gotta let her know that we are on the air. I don't think she gets it, man. I don't know why, but I don't think she does. She says 7 hours, man. Well, that's something I got from a long time ago. Okay. There, okay, what am I thinking here? All right, now here's a question from somebody way out there. It says, Grandpa, what are your thoughts or opinions on our current relationship with the other species and how we treat them on this planet? I guess he means primarily the animal kingdom. It's a God-blessed shame how we've treated our animals for the most part. You know, abuse has been the rule, not the exception here, you know. And we have numbed and dumbed ourselves down to the point where we can kill cattle wholesale. There's a great obscenity going on in a certain tiny city out there in the Midwest, you know, of the United States. And they're killing like 14,000 cattle a day, you know, and putting them in little packages and sending them out for people to barbecue and go down and buy them at their local Walmart, you know. It's an obscenity, baby. But the animal kingdom, as I explained the other night on my radio show, the animal kingdom has taken a stance of cooperation with us despite the abusive side of ourselves. They've agreed in spiritual sense to take a certain amount of our abuse in order to help us exchange this burden for a blessing. You know, they're part of the greater whole. So is every speck of life within this earth and all around you, including the so-called aliens and ETs. There are no aliens. They're all family of one sort or another. Everyone is related. all living beings, especially two-leggeds and four-leggeds and winged beings, we're very related. And the reptilians, we're very related. All of us have the same basic genetic codes in us, the same basic spiritual being in all. We're cousins, we're friendly, we're family. But, as part of this awakening, now here's the good news, Joshua. As part of this awakening, we're naturally going to mellow out and stop abusing our animals. But first you have to be conscious of it. Perhaps the next time you go take a bite of a big juicy steak, you'll feel that animal suffering. You'll know what it went through to get to be a steak on your plate. And babies, whether you can eat it or not then is up to you. You can honor the animal because it's already dead and there's no point in wasting. But at the same time, I doubt you'll ever do it again. I'm getting to that place myself. I still eat meat. I still enjoy it. I was raised that way. It's some part of my little genetics now that I have to manage, maintain, and control. But at the same time, I'm at peace with all that. Because I understand the animal understands me. So we're okay with it. There's blessings in everything we eat, everything we do, together and separately. And, up until present times, I've had no control over these beings that perform the wholesale slaughter. Now I do. And so do you. And we can influence and affect change. But first, rather than focusing on that obscenity, focus on this one first. Get this one right here, right now. And then the others will basically take care of themselves, including our screwy-ass government that wants to dominate the world with some kind of Nazi insanity. Who knows who they're going to put in the death camps this time? Maybe themselves. There's some horrible plans out there, man. But again, you don't want to be distracted by all of that, because we have the power to change it, and effectively we already have. If you can look just a bit in the future, you'll see we're already living in divine paradise. And it doesn't take much to get us from here to there. But because it is a personal experience for each and every one of us, we work it out in our own way. These energies come and affect us. They bring up matters, quarrelsome matters, other matters, for us to settle. Anything that's unsettled inside will be settled between now and then, every bit of it. The peace will have its way, for that is our natural state of being. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. We're not warlike creatures. That is obscene. That is about as dead as a human being can get. So when you're going out and dropping bombs on other people, when you're going out there and pulling the trigger on them, baby, there's something really warped inside of you that will allow you to be so dumbed down as to do that. Now, I'm not wanting you to feel shame about it. I'm just wanting you to wake up to the reality of it. How controlled and brainwashed, how numb you seriously have become. You gave it all up. Your freaking soul, you tossed it away like so much dirty bathwater. That's what you've done. That's what you've been given here. That's why you can kill. But I think that form of killing is no more. I think the next time you look down that barrel, whatever it is, even if it's just a trigger on a screen, a sight on a screen, you're done. You're going to see yourself there. You're going to see your mama there. You're going to see your wife there. Your kids. You're going to know who you're killing, man. It's yourself, dumb fuck. And you're not really dumb. Brainwashed. Look at the military in this United States, and I'm sure it's pretty much the same all over the world, because they seem to have the same applications of brainwashing techniques. How they tear you down to the point where you don't even feel like you're a person anymore. Then they start installing their programs in you, one on top of the other, man. And pretty soon, you're a robotic little Marine going to go sacrifice your hide, kill a whole bunch of so-called enemies, because you don't realize they're really your friends. All you got to do when you're on the battlefield is sit down, put the weapons down, love, and be loved. Love and be loved. Loved. That's our duty here. That's our responsibility. That's our life. And I'm talking about just not the gun barrel battlefields or the horrendous things that are going on in the packing plants all over the world, or the feed yards and so forth. I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about what goes on inside of you. You got to get peace about this stuff. You got to let go of all the judgments you've ever held on yourself about any of this. Maybe you feel guilty for eating meat. Whatever it is, you've got to let go of all. First, you got to become conscious of it, that you really are doing that. Because most of that goes on in a sub-psychological way. You're hidden from yourself. Your real behaviors are hidden. They come forth in programmed automation, baby, just like this computer. You can push a few buttons on a person, make them do just about anything, until they become aware and conscious of the presence of a living person in their being, in their personal habitat, which is the form of this human body right now, in this divine matrix in which we live. Now this is the other thing, this is the cosmic side of it that you have to remember too. It takes the sting out of it. We do live in a matrix, in a animated movie. We're part of the animation. It's a test, a huge one, a schooling. A school for baby gods. That's why we call each other babies all the time. Hey babe, what's happening? Hey baby, what's going on? We are babies. We are children of the light. We are born of the subatomic, where all the light exists, and we are formed of that subatomic, the same as all life is. That is where our connection exists. We're together. We are who we are. And because the light has made us that way. This is our form of experience. But because it is a matrix, because it is kind of a divine movie in which we act, a lot of the sting is taken out of it. A lot of it. It takes on an edge of unrealness. You notice when you're in those moments of creating tragedy or living through tragedy, it takes an unreal edge. That's because it is. These are divine and supreme moments where we test the essence, the very essence of what's inside of us, our heart, and see how it responds in any given situation. You want to know why your life has been tormented and filled with suffering? Because you wanted that way. You wanted to see how much your heart not only could take, but what it would do with it. When you were dumb and you were just operating in sub-psychological ways. When the heart operates invisibly to you, so it's kind of on its own automatic pilot. See how that works? So you can apply that to any dynamic in this life and help yourself change it. I don't care what it is, if it's warfare or if it's a heroin addiction or whatever, Therein lies the keys to set you free. We're all being set free anyway, inevitably. Some of you, are going to expire because you're not ready, but you are. See, you just need it on the other side. That's where your effort will be. So don't feel bad. If you know you're going down for the last time, don't feel bad. Embrace it. Whatever is coming to you, whatever is coming through you, embrace it. And if these are loved ones going away, I know it's hard, but embrace them too. No matter what bitterness has been shared between you, see the sweetness in the bitterness, see the love behind it, the desire for everything to be right. So we don't have to misperceive anything anymore. So we live in the most natural of ways. Harmony, justice prevails because there's no need for courts and criminals and shit anymore. We're stepping into those kind of places consciously. You can let go of anything. You can give it all up. Myself included. We've all lived with our share of imperfections, or what we perceive that way. And remember, these are just tests to see the inclination of our heart. And so you can look at the whole of history, the last billion years. And it's written inside of it. Don't look for it in a book. It's written inside of it. The real history I'm talking about. We're helping you cue that up on the Coyote Medicine Show too. Baby, I hate to keep mentioning it, but you need to be there. Middle of the night, we get things right. Musically, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Baby, we're rocking and rolling. This is a different aspect of old Coyote. This is DJ Coyote. You haven't seen this one before. You're going to love it. I'm turning it loose, all of it. This is what I am. I am a rock and roll medicine show. So is this frigging life and everything in it. You see the cosmic poetry here, the beauty of our situation in all situations. Rockin'. Okay, let me check some more here. Now listen, man, I don't want you believing all this bullshit about end times and massive suffering and the Nephilim are coming back and going to enslave the entire... Hell, they're already here trying to do that. Don't you recognize that in your own damn government? Shit, that's been going on forever. Thing that's happening is we're getting rid of this curse. We're changing it. We've brought the nastiest mother truckers from all over the universe to this place called Divine Mother Earth to live here in this matrix with us and to torment the hell out of us so that we could bring them home to their heart. They lost it somewhere along the way a long time ago. We have to bring them back. So that's what we did. We became the baited trap, and here we are, just as sweet as honey. And guess what? Those babies are starting to wake up to it too. You're going to see major change in this world, all right. The babies, it's off the chart in the divine, in the spiritual, in the heart, in the know and love that creates all. Every behavior, every attitude, every movement that we make on this earth, in this matrix, is changing now. We can't hold on to anything. Some people are scared to death because of that. They feel no solidity in life, no security. Security is right behind you. It's in your heart. And all you got to do is relax into it. Feel the Divine Mother's arms. Feel yourself laying your back against her breast, her chest, and know the magnificent love that will hold you forever and ever and keep you growing despite anything you may have done in what we call the previous past. We can go there now with our own magic and undo all of it. We don't have to live with these painful memories anymore. We can give them up. The easiest way of doing that I know of is to get peace about the moments that are most troublesome to you, and that is to go there, look them over once again from a more objective standpoint, a spiritual aspect from the heart, and see the true dynamic of the life you were living there, of the love you were given there, and the love you were sharing, why you've endured the moments that you have. Baby, when you start to see that, life takes on a magical sparkle. It really, really does. And you can fly yourself to the moon anytime you feel like it. Alright. Okay, let me get down here to some more, man. Coyote Elvis. Well, I did. I couldn't help it when I was a little kid and when he came on the scene. And he was such a door opener. Such an amazing change in the world. It gave me hope. I didn't even want to be here anymore already. 5 years old, I was done. History. I wanted out. But Elvis really helped us all, because although he was just a little punk singing some beautiful songs, his energy, his life came and said, hey people, you don't have to live this way. You can actually have fun in life. That was Elvis. That was the door opener. That's where rock and roll came from. Without him, there wouldn't have been this mighty, powerful, and magic medicine that happened just a few years after that. Well, it all developed. It was all magic. It all is. Fucking hell. Okay, let's see what else we got down here. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, we pretty much got you covered there, baby. So just remember, your heart and soul, that part of you is very real. The conscious part, that part of you has the substance of every life that lives, let alone your own. And in that substance, you can feel every life that lives, let alone your own. You start by feeling your own. You start by giving yourself a little personal exploration in these quiet, private moments when you can get them. Not everybody has them available. You'll make time for them. You'll make a place for them somewhere. The energies will see to that, and then you will calmly, inside, probably without any real physical motion, be completely in love with yourself, making love with yourself, with that part of yourself that seems so abject and gone for so long, that seem to take over, make you depressed all the time, and make you angry, make you want to kill folks, When you live in pain, that's the normal response. You have to spread it. Why do you think the military ingrains with pain? That makes you a killer. That's it right there. You want to become undone as a killer? Undo the pain. How do you undo the pain? Love yourself. How do you love yourself? Get past the brain. Let the physical, the feeling, anchor you into the spirit heart. And then your inner knowing and awareness will be far more active automatically. Just automatically is how it happens, babies. We're built this way. Got to remember, we're the source essence of divine creation. Now, doggies, you can't be sounding off just because old Gray sees something out there. You can't make it. Come here. Come and shut your mouth. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come over here. Come hang out with Daddy. Say hi. Say hi to him. Oh, my goodness. Somebody dared to show up here. How dare they? Perhaps we have to go to the... go say hi. I apologize for the barking dog. Baby, sometimes he's just too excitable and I can't do nothing about it. Be right back. There, go say hi. Get yourself quieted down. Hi, Barry. Well, we're off to the hot springs here in a few minutes. Grandpa's had such a vivacious week, he needs to go there and let those magic waters regenerate, reharmonize, and reintegrate my beautiful little person. Put it all back together inside of myself. So that helps tremendously. Like I've told you before, if you guys got hot springs in your area, hey, get to them, man. You need them really bad, Would you like some breakfast, Barry?
I'm good.
I've got some leftovers in the fridge if you're hungry.
Oh, I'm fine. I just ate.
Cup of coffee?
I'm good.
All right. This is my friend just come to take us to the hot springs today. Isn't that sweet, The old man's been without a car for a couple of years now. But I managed to get around some. I got great friends, don't I? Hey, I love it, And one of these days soon, I got an old van sitting in another friend's garage. One of these days soon, that thing's actually going to be running. Grandpa be portable, but he probably won't go anywhere now because he's gotten so used to sitting still. Nah, we get out of it same as everybody does. Babies, get into your heart. Get into your awareness. Give yourself the time. Go there personally, physically. Feel it. Don't be led away from it. Don't let the humiliation that you've received, and everybody has. We've been beat to shit sexually, sensuously. Most of us get the shit kicked out of us as kids, So we don't have much grounding in that area. That's why it's so messed up. But notice how it's starting to coalesce in your life. How we're starting to get it all back together. Okay. Knock it out. Okay. Okay. Is that awful or what? Shush. Now come on, there's no reason to be barking. Come on. That's my boy. There's my boy. He just needed to say hi to everybody, He just likes to be noticed. Wouldn't you, if you were such a cute little guy? I'd be wanting to get noticed too. Especially if I was so little. Nobody see me, they step on me, Make me feel bad, This is, by the way, is Oki-1 Kenobi. We've given him his new name now, Oki-1 Kenobi. He's the most thoughtful, intellectual being amongst the canines that there could possibly be. You know what I mean? There's probably a few out here that match him. I'm sure one of yours is just like him. But he is a sweetheart. We love him even if he has a little past. You want to go say hi to Barry? Okay, you go say hi to Barry. Yes. Oh, babies. See, we all have to live life. We all have to contend with what we have to contend with and just go from there, man. And it's so damn simple. It escapes us all the time. We get all caught up in our minds. We got to do this. We got to do that. Hey, we don't got to do shit other than what? Love one another. Love ourselves first and foremost. That doesn't mean to go spoil yourself rotten, but that is part of it, But not, just be careful, You don't want to go overboard, Because if you're loving yourself from a selfish aspect, if you're just trying to grab everything you can, well, guess what? You're a black hole. You're not a person, you're a black hole. You just take. What good does that do you? It's never satisfying, and the craving gets deeper and stronger. You can't just take. If you're a taker, give it up. Recognize it first, because you may not even know it. You might just do it by nature, that subconscious stuff we're talking about. If you're a taker, you're a faker. You haven't had a genuine feeling probably in your whole dang life. And it's about time you did. So instead of taking, this time, give yourself a few quiet moments alone. Get into the spirit heart. Get to know who you are and what you're all about. Would you guys mind holding it down just a little bit? Hey. Would you guys mind holding it down? I'm live here, Thanks. I'll be done in a sec. It's hard in this world, ladies. It is. But we can get by. Because we do genuinely love one another. And love ourselves. Find that peace. Go there. Be that. Do that. Because that's what we are. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you on the Coyote Medicine Show tonight. Let's make sure we don't have any more questions, because I'm getting busy here. Can't believe it. Apologize for not getting out an extra video this week. I will do it next week. I'm putting in.
Go to the hot springs.
Yeah, we got to go to the hot springs. Get this thing chilled out, calmed down, and just rock and roll with this medicine show we call life. Guys, I love you. Take care. See you next time around. I'm going to have to go over that, find that right screen so I can shut things off here. There we are. And we'll see you on the next live Coyote Medicine Show. Tonight on the Hazy Radio Network. Tomorrow on YouTube once again. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but sometime in the next few days I'll get a regular good old YouTube up here. We're going to have a ball. Catch you in a while, babes. Rock.